Hi, I'm Carrie Fleming, and I am going to share with you a practice of drawing for creative flow. And I am a hypnosis and an EFT practitioner and an artist. I have a practice called Cultivating Aliveness, which you can find at carriefleming.com, where I'm really thinking about and working with folks around using creativity and imagination as resources to lead us to new individual and collective possibilities. And I'm really happy to be here with the Equilibrium community today to share this simple practice. So I want to start in just a moment with a grounding, doing a little grounding, and then I'll share a little bit about the drawing process and do a little sort of short demonstration, and if you want to join me, you can. And then we'll end with another simple grounding. So I'll just invite you to just begin to arrive here in this moment. If you are seated, just becoming aware of your seat, becoming aware of places where your body is supported by your seat. Taking a few moments to even notice the texture of your chair or wherever you're seated. Noticing just the natural movement of your breath. Not needing to do anything or change anything around the breath, but just allowing it to find its natural rhythm. Really feeling your feet on the floor. Noticing how that feels to have your feet making contact with the floor. Allowing your feet to ground you. So this drawing practice I'm going to share does not require any drawing experience or technical skill. It's really about using drawing to get into movement and flow, being a physical process that supports us to do that. Physical creative process. It can be really helpful for grounding and for presencing. And it can be helpful to do this practice before we come to our creative work. Help us get into our bodies and release stress, release any thoughts that might be creating blocks for our creative process. And it can be used in place of journaling, writing. In your journal. So on days that you maybe don't want to write, you could use this drawing practice. And I'm going to be using my blank journal here. That's what I use to write and to draw and put down all my kind of ideas and thoughts. So I'll be using that today, but you could use a sketchbook, single sheet of paper. You could, grab some paper from your printer. It doesn't have to be fancy or particular. It's just what you have on hand or what you like to use. And you'll need a pencil and a pen and a marker. I'm going to be using a Sharpie so you can see what I've done on here. And then you'll need something to add color. So crayons, colored pencils, markers. I have some really simple basic markers here that I am going to use. And this process really has potentially 3 parts. So there's the first part of drawing, right? Just sort of drawing on your paper, not trying to draw anything in particular, but allowing just the movement to guide you, just really feeling the movement and the flow of your hand and your pen on the paper. And you might draw for 30 seconds or 2 minutes, really just whatever feels right for you in that moment or on that day. And you may do it with your eyes fully open, looking at the paper. You could find a spot in your space to look while you're drawing, and you could close your eyes. So whatever feels good for you or right for you in that moment is great. And once you do that, that might feel complete. You might really just enjoy the movement of the drawing on the paper, and that feels good to you. You can also come back and sort of maybe something emerges from the drawing that you want to work on more. You want to add flourishes or more to it. You can do that with a more sort of less of a flow and more of a drawing eye. And you may just want to add color to it, so you can just start adding color. All of these practices just helping to give our conscious mind something simple to focus on, that can help us bring us into presence and flow and kind of some movement. So I'm just going to do some drawing right now. This will be a shorter process, but you're welcome to join me if you have the things that you need, or you could pause the video and get some paper and some tools and join me. And so if you have joined me and you're still drawing, feel free to pause this video for now. I'll just show you my drawing. Lots of lines, lots of movement. And I will probably come back to this and add to it and add color to it at some point later today or tomorrow. Here's another one that I've done. And your lines may be fluid and moving. They may be, sort of choppy and more angular. There's not any right way. For me, I just noticed that is helpful to really kind of, find the movement. And then this is just a piece that I continue to draw on and that I continue to just add color to. And not trying to do anything in particular, just finding a movement that feels good, colors that are pleasing, and allowing this simple process to inspire me a little bit. So I hope that this practice was helpful for you. I really encourage you to engage it in a way that makes it your own and works for your life and your structure and your creative practices and the creative work that you do. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this today, and I wish you all the best.